Hello, everyone. How's everybody doing today? I've got the kettle on here. I thought I would. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you, and J.R. Raven, nice to see you both. Thank you for showing up. So Jamie, I'm in Humboldt, Northern California. Yeah, I'm putting you to work, Barbara. But like I say, if you don't want to do anything, just sit back and don't do anything. Hey, Jamil. Is it rainy there in Washington? Yeah, yeah, Raven, you're a moderator too if you want it. It was supposed to rain today, but for some reason it hasn't rained, so I don't know why. But the rain is coming. I think the rain will be here tomorrow or the next day, and then we've got like a week of rain. This is the Pacific Northwest, after all. Boy, a lot of you are here. How's it going? Oh, all the way from the Netherlands. Wow. All right. Is there a nuclear plant here? I actually didn't know there was a nuclear plant here. Ah, Scotland. Hello. It must be either really late or really early for those of you in Europe. Oh, hey, Chippy, thanks. I appreciate that. I'm using the difficult mic today because it seems to do the best. But this mic is terribly difficult. Hey, somebody from Carlsbad. All right. New Hampshire. Yeah, awesome. Oh, that's cool, Dominic. I hope they all like it. Somebody actually sent me an email saying that they tried some and didn't like it at all. The Yellowbird, and so they offered it to me, and I said, well, I can't really receive any mail right now, but thanks anyway. So that wasn't a nice thing to hear, that somebody tried it and didn't like it. I like Yellowbird. I think it's awesome. Let's see, a couple of people have asked me what I'm drinking here for coffee. Since I'm back in Humboldt, I have some Humboldt's Finest. This is a little darker of a roast than I normally would drink, but it's pretty good. It's a really good coffee. This company is really good too. It's Humboldt Bay Coffee. They have a ton of different roasts to choose from. So I bought some of it, but then I figured not everybody would be here, and I would make coffee to start, and then that would be done by the time everybody showed up. But there's a lot of you here already, so now I'm gonna have to keep going here and make my coffee as you all watch me, which wasn't the plan. Of course, I usually do these live streams. Hey, Sarah. I usually do these live streams and not tell anybody that I'm going to do a live stream, and then that way I have a little bit of time here before a bunch of people show up. But that's on me, right? I let everybody know that, hey, Van Helsing, how's it going, man? I let everybody know that I was going to do the live stream here today and the time, so hopefully this doesn't sound too terrible. I'm going to grind up some here. Yellowbird isn't spicy enough for you, really? You should try the ghost pepper. Try the ghost pepper, Yellowbird. I think it'll be a little spicier for you. Oh, Parker, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope you're doing better. Changing your diet, that's always a tough thing, but to get through. But because I've had to do the same thing, I've had to change my diet drastically. So I hope you transition to your new diet and start feeling better soon. I'm streaming from my iPad and I'm using my phone as the hotspot. So I think what's going to happen is the quality's probably not going to be too great, but it's just I don't really have much choice of how else to do it. But the problem with the iPad is the chat doesn't stay up on the screen for me, so it makes it really difficult. I have my other phone up here, so I can kind of read the chat because it stays up. But it's kind of weird because you're over here, but because the chat doesn't stay up here, I have to look over here. So this makes it difficult. I keep changing up things trying to make this better, but it just doesn't seem to be any better just because I don't have gear like most people do. You know, phone and an iPad are probably not the best way to do this. Hey, Shonda. I know there's a lot of you that I'm missing. I'm sorry. I can really only do one thing at a time, and I'm trying to make coffee, but I'm not doing a good job of that, am I? Somebody said they were from Yachats. That's cool. If I'm pronouncing that right, you're probably getting some rain too. I think we're in the same weather pattern. Hey, Larch. Vintage stalls. I have done nothing today so far. I've been preparing for this, basically. Hey, Williams Travels. How's it going? Hey, Saim from Turkey. How's it going? And I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Hello, Urban Lady. And Jean from Michigan. You know, the other problem with this is my phone is much smaller. If the iPad would just keep the text chat up, it would be a lot easier for me to read. Oh well. Hey Tim, how's it going? Joan's from Stanton, Michigan. How's it going, Joan? I'm not familiar with Stanton. Every time people bring up a city that I'm not familiar with, then I want to look it up immediately to figure out where it is. Hey, Kenny. Not that I should know where everything is, but I do like geography. It's kind of a thing. I'm kind of a geography nerd. But lately I've been keeping my geography to the West Coast because it's really where I am focusing my attention. Hey, Bernie. Eric, all the way from France. How's it going, man? And Barry from Ireland. How's it going? Hey, Tina. Because I've got my iPad and phone set up, I'm just going to try to watch the clock on the phone and do the time that way. I was going to do pour over coffee today, and then I'd have to be really precise on what I'm doing for time, but I think this way, using the AeroPress, I don't have to be so precise. It is a little bit harder because I'm kind of sitting over here at the side of my kitchen. But we'll make do. Okay, that'll sit there for a moment. Hey, Sharon, how's it going? Knoxville. I've been to Knoxville. Oh, I've been wondering where you were from, Barbara. All right. North of Lansing. Okay, that helps a little bit. Hey, Kimbers. And Adrian, Newcastle. All right. Oh, hey, Papa Smurf. Thanks so much. Merry Christmas. Hey, Sabrina. How's the engine, Chris? If I keep my driving down, I think it'll be okay. I checked my oil yesterday after forgetting to check it for about 5 days, and to my surprise, it burned no oil in 5 days. That's a shock, a huge shock. Usually it'll burn about a quarter of a quart over that amount of time. But it does depend on how I'm driving too. So, but I was doing some heavy hill driving, so I was kind of shocked that it didn't burn any. So I guess it's okay, but I am trying to keep my mileage down. Just about every day, somebody will ask me why don't I have my solar battery hooked up to my engine and get engine charging, and I keep telling them like I'm really not kidding. The engine is bad, I need to drive less. Last year I drove 6,000 miles all year long. I think this year I'm over that though, unfortunately, because this year I was all the way down as far south as Joshua Tree and then got all the way up to Seattle, actually north of Seattle. So it's that's a lot of driving there. It's a Christmas miracle. Yeah, I don't. It's just, it's just the bad engineering thing that, it's just bad engineering, and so the problem rears its ugly head from time to time, and then other times it's okay. It's not bad, and that's why they're replacing them. Why Chrysler is recalling them, because it's bad engineering. They know it. There's no fix for it. Hey, JJ, Emerald Isle. All right. I'm not quite sure where that is, Berg, but I guess probably some people will look you up because, the chat will go live here once we're done at some point. Let's see. I think we are getting close to time here. So I can press my coffee here. Let me move you over just slightly. Here we go. This is the difficult way of doing an AeroPress. If you're standing up and you can get your weight over it, then it's not quite so bad. But doing it out with your arms out, it's not so easy. This is actually it's a lighter roast. The little roast level on here is, see if you can see that, it's a light medium roast is what this Humboldt's Finest is. It's a little darker roasted than I prefer, but it's a really nice balanced coffee. It's just got really good flavor. Sabrina, we're raining. It rained off and on all night last night. It was supposed to rain today, but it hasn't yet, and it doesn't look like it is going to. Let me put this out of the way. Move you back over here. Oh, hey, Lori. Was I in Ferndale last week? I think it's been more than a week since I was in Ferndale, actually. I wanted to go out last week, but I didn't. Yeah, I don't think I was. That may have been somebody else's van. I don't think I was out there last week, unless you're saying the week before last. Oh, thanks, Van Helsing. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've been trying to not go out for coffee a little bit more than usual, but everybody's been so nice and generous that I've been going out from time to time. Oh, Sharon the Trucker, thank you so much. Yeah, when somebody says go out and have a coffee on me, then I get to go out and have a coffee. Actually, I need to get back to Ferndale to go to a little coffee shop that I like there. It is my second favorite coffee shop. They actually sell this, they sell and serve Humboldt Bay coffee there. Although they don't use the light roast stuff there. They use medium and darker roast stuff, which is why it's my second favorite, because it would be nice if they would offer some of the lighter roast stuff. But it's a really cool little place. And I am sorry if I've missed your comment. Like always, my brain works a little slowly. So if it's important, you can ask it again. Violet, hello, how are you? Yeah, Chippy, Chrysler stuff is not great. This van, most people think is a Fiat, but it's actually almost all Jeep parts. All the running gear is basically all Jeep stuff. There is some Dodge and Chrysler parts in it too, but yeah, I guess I always thought Jeep was a little better quality than regular Chrysler stuff, but it seems like it's just the same. They just are not great quality anymore, unfortunately. I probably wouldn't want to buy another Chrysler product ever, but like I can't really complain about this one too much because I've had it now a little over 8 years and I haven't really had much trouble with it. There's only been a couple little tiny minor things, and those are covered under warranty, so I can't say too much bad about it. 2015, this is. Hey, CTAP, how's it going, man? Thank you. Even though, CTAP, I don't think you believe me that I'm not going to the desert this year. I really am not going to the desert this year. So you can enjoy the desert for me. I'm staying north. Yeah, my family has Transit Connects, and they've had no trouble with theirs whatsoever. They've been really good vans. So, maybe I should have bought a Transit Connect. I'm not sure. They have their problems too, of course, the Transit Connects. Of course, now they're all out of production as of this year. There's no more minivans being made anymore. But I think, if you're looking at either new or used that are left being sold, I do think the Transit Connect is probably the better quality of the two vans. Although every time I say that, people get upset with me. I don't know why people get upset with me, but people get upset with me. Hey, Jeremy. Thank you. Thank you, A. Mitch, I usually just do either pour over coffee or AeroPress coffee, and then I just put a little bit of either half and half or whipping cream in it. I switched to half and half because I'm working on something right now, something to keep me out of the coffee shops. So I've been using half and half for right now. I'll make a video about what I'm doing about that at some point in the future. But yeah, just a little bit of half and half normally. especially if it's like this and it's not a full light roast. If it's light roast coffee, I'll drink it. It's black, but that's about it. Yeah. Yeah, I think there's more going on with boy, I'm missing a lot. I'm missing a lot of you for some reason. I'm sorry. Is it? I'm actually parked right next to the highway, DMAX, so it's funny that you should say that. I'm glad the mic isn't picking it up. This this mic is having an issue. Uh, it used to be really sensitive, so if anything was about half a mile around the van, it would pick it up really well. But now I need to run this with the gain setting all the way up, and even then, it's not. It just doesn't pick up quite so much, which I guess is a good thing because you can't hear the road noise out behind the van here. No sugar ever. Absolutely not. Hey, Virginia, thank you. Thanks, Brian. Appreciate that. Hey, Relevant, how's it going? I'm doing okay. You want a taller minivan, JR? You know, you could get a top put on it. I've seen a lot of those lately. It's crazy how many of those there are. Hey, Vonda, thank you. Okay. Are there 217 people? Oh wow, there are over 200 people in here. Hey, Blake. Are you a Canadians fan, Blake? They're actually doing okay today or this season, I think, right? I don't follow hockey too much, but I found out Sportsnet has little game recaps on YouTube now, so I've been watching the little game recaps. They're like 10 minutes, and they just give you a little 10-minute synopsis of the game. It's pretty cool. Oh, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate that. You're a good guy, Jeff. I appreciate that. Oh, and JJ, thank you so much. There you go. I've got a couple of coffees I can go get. I'm definitely going to get out to Ferndale this next week. So I will treat myself on you guys to a coffee at my little coffee shop down there. Chris, I'm still static most of the time. Over the last 3 days, I've driven 5 miles. Just give you an idea. And last year, I drove 6,000 miles all year long. That's something I was never able to do before. I'd usually have a long commute to get to work. So, I am static most of the time. I mean, that's and it's something I'm going to try to get back to a little bit more. It's easy when I'm here in Humboldt, like especially when I'm here in Eureka, I don't have to drive too much. I can just drive a mile or two in a day and keep my mileage just keep my mileage down to a minimum. So, yeah, I really don't do a lot of miles. Yeah, Slickback, I don't know what you're saying there. You're saying something I've never said, so I have no idea what you're talking about. So I have no way to answer that. If you want to ask me a question of something that I did say, then I can answer it, but I didn't say that. So I did not have a Christmas dinner. tonight. I think I'm going to make some chili. I have some ground beef I need to use up, so I think I'll make some chili tonight. It'll be a good night for that because it's going to be damp tonight, I think. It might start raining the next few minutes, maybe. Oh, Sharon, cool. All the way to Anchorage, wow. Yeah, the whole Washington State's pretty awesome. I'm not a big fan of, Seattle itself, but the rest of the state is just really, really awesome. This is a salt lamp. It has a little LED light in it, so that's why it's glowing. Oh, Amir, awesome. I hope you do well with that build out. Oh, ESP, thank you so much. You guys are spoiling me with coffee today, which is fantastic. Hey, Brighton dude, how's it going? Thank you, Pamela. And Lavender, thank you so much. Jamil, I move every day, but I keep my driving to a minimum. I might go back to the same spot every night, or near the same spot every night, but I just move every day. In the morning, I get up and go somewhere. I try to find a park or something that I can get out and walk around and just leave the van. Preferably someplace I don't have to pay for parking either. Whoops. JK, every video is kind of different. I think probably no less than several hours, but usually a couple of days is what it takes me. I can't stare at my iPad for more than 8 or 10 hours a day. So sometimes it'll take me more than the day to. Often times it'll take me more than the day to get a video done. It depends on the video, though. Justin, my favorite part of Seattle is West Seattle, I guess, if we're talking Seattle proper. But like I was saying, I think I'm not crazy about Seattle area totally. I think a better, there's better places around Seattle. So like out on the Olympic Peninsula, like out there is just awesome. I've made a bunch of videos about Port Townsend. That's where it's really nice. You get away from Seattle and it's like it's a different world out there. Hey, Lester. Oh, you're renting a car, Sharon. Okay. Interesting. Ribs for dinner. Actually, that sounds pretty good. And I do have moderators now. I don't think I'd be able to do this without them, honestly, and they're doing a good job. Oh, your son lives in Seattle. Cool. I'm actually pretty good, Graham, on solar. There's a couple things that I could do that would help, but I don't really see the point in spending a whole lot of money anymore on these things because the fact of the matter is I don't know how long this van is going to last. You know, I've got engine problems and transmission problems. It's just, you know, I don't want to put a bunch of money into more solar, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, Avenue of the Giants is awesome. That's not far from Humboldt here. Well, I mean it is in Humboldt, but that's not far from Eureka here. I always take it instead of the 101. Somebody sent me an email the other day asking me some questions about driving the 101, and that was the one thing I told them was like, if you're still on the 101 when you get down to Humboldt, definitely take Avenue of the Giants. It's a lot slower, but it's just so worth the trip. I think I did okay on the coffee, Leslie. Yeah. Oh, hey, Paula. Thank you. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay. Someone was being not so nice, so we'll just get rid of them. I really don't like banning people, but you know, if they want to do that, we can do that. Oh, yeah, I hear you, Sharon. I always wonder how that works for you when you're driving truck like that, because it seems like there'd be a lot of places you'd want to stop and see, but of course you don't have the time. So it's cool that you're actually doing that for yourself and giving yourself time to go check places out. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Mary. Thank you. Yeah, I hear you there, Sabrina. That fuel prices keep me from driving too. It's really, it gets tough, you know. I mean, I left California here to get better fuel prices and went to Washington, Seattle, and they were the same price. You know, it was kind of crazy. They did drop right about the time that I left, and then I got back here and they're pretty much the same price still. Oh yeah, you know, JK, people aren't really in a hurry that much in Humboldt here. Everybody's kind of got it's kind of like island time down here. Everybody just is, you know, you run into one or two people that want to zoom around you, but they'll do that. So, you know, yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. Plus, there's a lot of places to pull off the road to let them get by. If you're on Avenue of the Giants, there's a bunch of turnoffs. So that's what I do. If somebody's behind me, even if they're not pushing me, and they're staying back several car lengths, I just get off and let them go around me. I like to go as slow as possible. Yeah, tortillas are not supposed to be warmed in a microwave. As you can see, I don't have a microwave, so it's not something I could really even do. You like lead time batteries, Jamil? They keep sending me emails asking me to review their stuff, and I just don't want to review anything anymore. I'm not into that anymore. But yeah, I don't really know their stuff other than that they keep offering me, you know, quote unquote free stuff. It's not really free because I have to make a video review about it. Hey, Anna, how's it going? Anna's got a YouTube channel. If you don't know, you can check hers out. And no, I'm not going to read you a Christmas bedtime story today. We're just chatting. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man? Hey there, Slim. Thanks for stopping in. See, PG, that's fine praise because you're from a really nice area of Oregon. So yeah, if you like Humboldt too, then that means something, right? Hey, Wing, Carson City, huh? Nice. Air fryer. Oh, Anna, thank you so much. Merry Christmas. I appreciate that. Yes, I am. I am a coffee addict. That's right. Thank you, Anna. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. I think parking can be an issue in some areas. In Seattle, it's not an issue at all. I don't think anywhere in Washington State is an issue parking. Kind of the same here in Humboldt. You can really park anywhere. Nobody really cares. Um, but yeah, I mean, it is something in most areas you kind of have to keep in mind. Lavender, this is a HyperX Quadcast S microphone. It's a USB microphone, so you don't need any equipment for it. It just plugs straight into your. You can use it with a phone if you have a phone with a USB-C plug on it, but I'm using it with my iPad. It does require a little power that it draws from the USB-C connection, but that's all it needs. You just plug it in. It's plug and play. I hate this mic. I actually hate it. But I bought it a couple of years ago, maybe more than a couple of years ago, and it's actually done pretty well for me, but it's dying at the moment. So I was talking about it a little bit earlier that it has a little issue with the gain setting on it. It's anyway. It's interesting to look at, but that's as much as I can say about it. Hey, Henrik, how's it going? Sweden, all right. Mitch, I have a cargo van. This is a cargo van. It's a Ram ProMaster City cargo van. Oh, did you find them changing stuff, Sabrina? Yeah, there's a bunch of campsites I know that it's kind of tough. There's requirements, but I don't really do campsites, so I don't keep up on that kind of thing. You know what I'd really like, honestly, is I just like this van to stay in decent working order for another several years. That's what I'd like, because this van is just kind of perfect. The size of it is just about perfect. I've got everything in it that's, it's set up for me well. This is the van that I like. I do like cargo vans because I don't like windows. I do sit with my doors open quite a bit. But yeah, I just want this van to last for a while. That's what I want. Hey, Rhonda. No, you're not late at all. There's no time to be anywhere. Dave 2D, you are to blame, Dave, for this mic. You're going to be upset with me soon, Dave. But I don't blame you. I'm just, but you are to blame, yes. I just don't hold any grudges against you for it. It actually has worked out pretty well, but, you know, put some tape on it. Yeah. No, the sensitivity is gone in this, Dave. I have to run this with the gain setting all the way up, or even if I'm right here, you won't be able to hear me talk. If I put this at 50% gain right here, you won't be able to hear me. It's the weirdest thing. Although it is good because it cuts down on outside noise. I'm parked right by the freeway right now, so if it were in good working order, you'd be hearing cars zooming by. I don't know why there's so many people out driving right now. Hey, Sharon. Merry Christmas. The inside dimensions of this fan? I don't remember that kind of thing. I have number dyslexia, so it does depend on where you're measuring it, but it's about 4 feet wide by 7 feet long in the box here. So basically from this back here to the back doors and from side to side, roughly. I don't know how tall, actually. I forget that one. Again, the number dyslexia kind of does me in. The trouble, though, Dave, is people don't like ASMR, so I try not to bring it up because it makes people angry. I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with this Mike Douglas. I'm hoping it'll work for a little bit while longer, but I have plans. Let's just say that. We'll leave it at that. That I have plans. Hey, Deep Space. I hope you're doing well out there in the Netherlands. Oh yeah, you better take care of your cat there, JR. Rhonda, we're doing Humboldt Bay coffee, and it is Humboldt's finest. Where are we? There we are. I like this one. I really, really like this one. It's a kind of a light medium roast, but it's really fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. Oh, I don't have a DB pad switch on this. It's plug and play, Paul. So there's no pad to turn on or off. There are some settings if you have a computer and you have it plugged in the computer. You can download some settings to change it. Like you can make it stop being a rainbow and just have one color. There's a bunch of things you can do to it, but I don't have a laptop, so I don't have any of that ability. Paul, this is the HyperX Quadcast S mic. I have a video review on it, actually. Hey, Ruthann. Merry Christmas. Diesel Therapy. Thank you so much, dude. You really didn't have to do that, but I will have a cup of coffee on you. Thank you. Yeah, I hear that, Graham. I I should have had this sealed up a little bit better. That's probably what has done this mic in. I mean, it still works. So, it's not all bad. It still works. Did somebody tell me I should quit coffee? Oh, line screw. Okay. How's it going, buddy? You're gonna have to watch line screw there. He's in here to cause trouble. We're friends, if you don't know, so that's he likes to joke around with me. Scrub with used coffee grounds, pots and pans. That's a good idea. I've never tried that, but okay. I usually just use Dr. Bronner's soap, and it does quite well. Although if you're looking at this pot, I use propane, so it gets a little messy is all. The new pillow's great, Deb. I have it here. I'm liking it. I don't like to sleep on it. It's a little too stiff. It's actually a feather pillow. I didn't mention that because people get upset because it's not vegan, but it's a little stiff, I think, because it's a feather pillow, but it's really good for propping myself up. I use it as a backrest usually. Oh, Raz, I'm happy to hear that. That's great. San Francisco is kind of an odd town, so I'm glad you had a good time there. Porcupine, I'm not in Washington State anymore. I'm in California, so I hope to get to Vashon one of these days, but just haven't gotten out there yet. I was considering going out a couple of times, and then I checked the ferry lines, and the wait times are just ridiculous. And so I thought, I put it off for another time. So that's why I didn't go this year when I was out. We learn from each other, Chippy. But I'm happy that you've found some good coffee. Hey, Susie. Thank you. I wouldn't roast my own beans. No, it's messy. It's really messy. You really need to do it outside, and I don't like cooking outside because it's just the wind kind of affects things, and it would be tough. That's a little bit like race car driving or golf or something, or it's an expensive sport to do, expensive hobby to do, roasting your own beans. Hey, Gen X, Merry Christmas. And Emmanuel, Merry Christmas. Henry, I don't celebrate any holidays, so no, I'm not buying a tree. The Bigfoot that I drew, I just think it's kind of funny to see a Bigfoot holding a coffee mug. I don't take anything seriously, so to me it's just funny. And I'm usually up in the Pacific Northwest nowadays. Try not to leave the Pacific Northwest anymore, and so, it's Sasquatch area. Yeah, so I just drew it one day and then added it. Hey, Blind Views, how's it going, man? Best hair. I don't know about that, Blind Views, but okay, thank you. Hey, Belinda. I've been in the city, Belinda, so I don't really feel lonely at all. I talk to people every day. Um, so I'm not lonely at all. Maybe if I was out in the woods or something, I would think that, but no, not for me. Hey, Karen. Are birthdays holidays? I don't celebrate anything that involves buying anything. Is that maybe more clear? I don't want to buy anything, and I don't want people to buy me gifts because that's a huge problem. I I've I've actually had a huge problem with coffee lately because I stocked up on some of my favorite coffee right before I left the Seattle area, and then I didn't know what to do with it. There's like no place to put it. So I found a little bag and I put it in a little bag and it's sitting on the floor now. Every time I go to my sink, my feet bump into it. And that's just coffee, That's 4 bags of coffee I have trouble finding a place for. So I don't want gifts given to me. That's my thing. I think Bigfoot would like coffee. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, they probably roast their own, though, I would think. I don't know, but I would think that Sasquatch would roast their own coffee, wouldn't you? Oh, but you know what, Chippy? That's totally good, though. They love that. Coffee people love talking about coffee. So, yeah, you probably just made his day. They don't like people that just like, sugary lattes. They're like, yeah, I can make that, whatever. But if you want it like a specific style and taste that you're looking for, they love helping you out with that. Hey, Pierre, how's it going? Thank you. Well, Dominic, yeah, you should probably stay out of the woods then. Yeah. Hey, DW, how's it going, man? You're drinking light roast Ethiopian, all right. Tower Roasting, I don't think I've heard of them. Out of Bend, too. That's practically my neighborhood. It's not that far away, really. Yeah, Marie, the only good gift would be coffee, but then I still do have a problem trying to find a place to put it. That's the funny thing. I'm just tight in here. I'm tight for space in here. Yeah, Blind Views. I don't think I'll get a trailer. Thanks anyway. I don't know how people do that. Have a trailer and tow it around. That's just crazy to me. But a lot of people do. You just keep a fake tree up, Violet. See, that's better, I think. You don't have to buy a new one every year. You're not wasting anything. That's all right. Henry, yeah, walking's my favorite thing to do. I have a second channel that is kind of a little hobby for me, although I haven't put up anything on there yet because it's a difficult hobby to do. But yeah, I don't hunt or fish. I'm moving around too much. I'd have to buy too many permits for places. So yeah, and plus I'm not really a hunter or fisher. It's just not my thing. I just like being outside. Oh, that's cool, Deep Space. I hope you like your AeroPress. Oh, you love it. Okay, good, good. Yeah. AeroPresses make such easy coffee. I really like mine. Hey, Kathleen. And Jordy, how's it going? Barcelona, wow. Oh, Norway Chai Traveler. Thanks for ordering a sticker. Yeah, it's just the sticker that I sell there. I don't sell magnets. You can buy magnet material. I have some on this one. It's just a sheet, magnet sheet, so you can stick the sticker onto a magnet. That's what I like to do with stickers that I like, because otherwise, you stick them on something and sometimes they disappear. I did the same with this sticker from Chrome that he gave me years ago, because this is an old one that he probably won't ever make again because that's his older dog. So that's what I did with this one. I just stuck it onto a magnet sheet and turned it into a magnet. But thanks for ordering that. That's awesome. Hey, Jen and Tommy, how's it going? See an empty spot behind my head. Yeah, there's not much of an empty spot for anything in here, really. Hey, pressure washing service, how's it going, man? Whitby. Yeah, sorry, Jeannie. I was explaining that earlier. I just don't have the gear that most YouTubers do, so I'm just running this off a hotspot off of my phone. So it's not going to be the best service, unfortunately. It's all I can do, The van has the van's engine is one of the engines that's being recalled by Chrysler. So there's a bunch of information on it. I've done a few videos on it. It just burns tons and tons of oil. Hey, Emil, Merry Christmas. I'm going to try to get more hiking shots, JK. Sometimes I can't hike as much as I would really like to, so, there's only so much I can do, really. Brighton, you like mince pies, okay. You remember Disco, Violet? Yeah. I like Disco. He was an awesome dog. Sometimes I don't understand what a comment is saying. We've not gotten any real big rain, Violet. There's been some rain here and there, but it hasn't been real heavy lately. Is it still sounding, the mic still sound good, Blind Views? Yeah, not as good as your mic though, is it? That's the one that I wanted, the one that you use, but for obvious reasons, I didn't get that one. This wasn't the best mic for me to buy, but it's worked reasonably well for the time I've had it. I can't be too upset with it. Hey, Laura. Have I ever felt the earthquakes? I haven't felt an earthquake recently, but I usually don't for some reason. I usually sleep through the big ones too, or just not even notice them. Yeah, Michael Berlin, I absolutely agree with that. You need to be at home anywhere. That was one thing I worked on a lot back in my first 6 months to a year of living in this van, is I decided that I was going to need to be comfortable even in the city. And nowadays I'm in the city, 99% of the time. It'd be nice to be able to get out into the forest or something, but it's just not a reality for me. So yeah, you definitely have to be comfortable wherever. Hey, Richard. Thank you. Same to you. Henri, how's it going, man? This mic sounds better than a rotary phone, huh, Alex? Okay. Does it seem like all van lifers are coffee drinkers? I know so many that don't touch coffee at all. I don't think you should have to worry about that, Deb. It's snowing, Rhonda, where you are? That's the one thing I try to avoid. I like the rain, but I don't like snow. Yeah, no, I don't want a pet. That'd make work difficult. It would make everything difficult. You like the colors, Laura? Yeah. It seems to be about 50-50. Some people really like the colors, some people just don't. I don't like the color part of it. If I could get it to just be one color, I wouldn't mind it so much. But oh well. I've not been out to Honeydew. I'm not sure what that is. I have a little trouble getting too far out into the Lost Coast just because of the transmission and engine issues. But yeah, so if that's one of the ones that's out there, it's probably not likely I'll be able to get out there very, very soon. It's incredible out there, though. Lost Coast is just awesome. Oh, Danny, that's cool. Yeah. Kettles are awesome. And not enough people have a decent kettle, I think. Hey, Millie, how's it going? Hey, Edward. Oh, you got a Dodge Caravan. Nice. I don't listen to a whole lot of music, Henry, anymore. I used to. I'm probably more rock, soft rock, and folk type music. Eagles more than Aerosmith, if that kind of, I guess. I mean, I've not liked the Rolling Stones ever, but I mean, Aerosmith is okay, I guess. Not something that is my first choice. I haven't, Violet. I'd have to go quite a ways to get to a free place to camp, and the campgrounds are about $60 a night here after you pay the fees and everything. It's $35 a night, but then by the time you pay the fees, it's going to be $50 to $60. So it's not something I've done yet. Hey, thanks for all of that. Good night, Deep Space. Have a nice night. Yeah, JR, I totally get that you'd like having a cat, and it's awesome that you can do it. I couldn't do it. I just could not do it. Hey, Outrigger, how's it going? If I had a choice on the mic, I would turn the lights off. I just wouldn't have lights on it at all. Hey, big 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 T, big drink tea. How's it going? Charles, I meet people all the time. There's a lot of van lifers in the Pacific Northwest, and yeah, I meet them daily. Like, I don't really hang out with anybody, but I usually chat with people every day. Oh, thanks for that super chat there. I don't know how to say your name. It's a little hard to read. I've got white lettering on orange background, but thank you so much. Here, I'll heart it right now. Thank you so much. Oh, University Place. Okay, that's awesome. That's a nice area. I probably shouldn't tell people that, but University Place is a nice area. I used to park there overnight often, so I'm quite familiar with your town there. Yeah, there's a lot of free places to camp out here, Violet, but you do have to go quite a ways, and it's up a pretty steep incline, and the van does not like steep inclines at all, and I mean at all. So I'd be burning half a quart to a quart of oil to get up there, and with the transmission issues now that have added on top of that, I don't want to do it. You know, call me a wimp, but I don't think it's a good idea. But there's lots of trees and stuff that I get to walk around down here near the coast. So normally I just walk through the trees down here. There's a lot of that to choose from. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with the van, Todd. We'll see. It's not a fixable problem. The engine is not a fixable problem, so we'll have to see what happens with it. Well, but now you have a nice little pet though, JR. So it's that's a good thing, right? Yeah, Henry, the whole point to me with van life was to be comfortable. And I did have to learn to be comfortable with very little. But I think that's the key, is I just had to kind of retrain my brain that I don't have everything. And that's been the help for me. Well, hey, Blind Views, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate that. Blind Views has a really good channel, if you don't know. You could check him out later if you'd like. No, I wouldn't want an all-wheel drive car. I think front-wheel drive is fine for me. I mean, I'd take a rear-wheel drive car too, but I wouldn't want a front-wheel drive car. My storytelling skills? Well, thank you for telling me that I have storytelling skills. I don't think so. When I do those coffee chats, I usually write up an outline for them. It's hard for me to follow it, but I try to have an outline up for it and just kind of make a rough outline so that I kind of stay on point a little bit. It doesn't always keep me on point. But yeah, I think that's the only thing that I have to say about that. I don't, just making up an outline, spending some time deciding what I'm going to talk about is what I try to do. I do not partake, no. JR, you are right. Excuse me. Hey, Mr. Gear, how's it going? The day is good. I've had just a easy day here today, getting prepared for doing this tonight. Hey, Cindy. You want bedtime stories? I think Anna started something there that I don't know about that, but I would like to do some more coffee chats. So I am kind of working to do more of those, hopefully, here in the future. Well, hello from Greece. I hope you're doing well out there. Yeah, I agree, Henry. Susie, I mean, it's a van that's getting to be older. I'm saving money to either fix it or replace the van, whatever happens with that. But I mean, what I'm trying to do more is just to be static. That is my name because that's what I want to be. I want to be a little more static. And that's why I've been saying all year that I don't want to go to the desert anymore. I just want to stay up here in the Pacific Northwest where I feel better. And by doing that, it'll keep my mileage down in the van, which means the van will last longer. Right? I mean, that's my thought process with that. I want to be up here. I don't want to be in the desert. Cutting mileage down in the van is only helpful. It's all a good thing. So, yeah, and then whatever happens with that. Hey, Eileen, how's it going? Hey, Louie, how are you? Merry Christmas. Thank you, Mr. Intelligent. Oh, thank you, Millie. I always feel a little I always feel a little self-conscious doing the coffee chats. So sometimes I take a break from doing them just because I think like, what am I doing here? But I'm happy that some of you like them. And I would like to get back to doing more, but we'll see about that. It'll take a little bit of work on my part to get geared up to do that. Hey, Peter. Alberta. Wow. I will definitely miss the TARDIS if I get rid of it. If and when I get rid of it, Leslie. This van has been fantastic. Just been absolutely fantastic. Poker, no, it never gets hot in Humboldt ever. It might get 80 degrees inland, but on the coast, it very rarely gets 75 degrees. Even in the dead of summer, it's a fantastic place to be. It never gets very cold here either. That's the cool thing. Like, we had a little cold spell, and it was only getting down, like, at night it was getting down like 35 degrees or something. Not bad at all. I mean, you don't really even need a heater for that. Although I like to run my heater if it's going to be under 40 degrees. That's Fahrenheit, of course, but... I definitely need to get up earlier, Henry. That's true. Hey, Mark. How's it going? Oh, what a cool name. I don't know how to pronounce it, though. Naylin? And yes, Merry Christmas to you. That's an awesome name. I've never seen that name before. Thanks, Cindy. I don't know what vehicle I would buy. This van has been so good that it's hard to think about something other than it. So it's a non-answer, I know, I'm sorry, but there's not a vehicle that is being sold right now that I look at and think I'd like that. It just seems like all of them have compromises, and so nothing excites me right now. I would like to get a standard transmission, though, if I could, the next vehicle. That if anything, I would really like a standard transmission. I'm kind of tired of the automatic. So maybe there's a half an answer. Hey, Eric, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Kajer, these engines are a little hard to find because of the recall. Most of the available ones are going for the factory recalls, and even those are hard to come by sometimes. But you never know. Plus, they never did fix the problem, so, you get a brand new engine, it's going to be good for 20, 30,000 miles, and then you're back in the same spot. That's the trouble with these engines. It'd be nice if they'd fix the problem, but they don't know how to fix it, so they're just ignoring it. I think they'll just stop making the Tiger Shark at some point, because a lot of the vehicles that they were putting them in, they're just not producing anymore, so it'll make it easy just to get away from the Tiger Shark and to use other engines that, that they have finally found a fix for. Like their V6 has been fine now. They've finally figured out how to do those, so they'll probably start doing more of those. If I encourage you to change your coffee, Williams, travels, that's awesome. If you like all coffee, that's pretty cool, because then you just go in the grocery store and you buy whatever's on sale. If it's dark roast, if it's light roast, if it's medium roast, you just get whatever. And that's really cool. My problem is I go into a grocery store, and if I don't see any light roast, then there's nothing for me to buy. Usually I just have a couple of options if there is a light roast. So, it'd be nice if I would like a wider variety of coffee. Hey, Linda, you're not too far away. You're right over the hill from me. Hey, Mark, how's it going? I thought I said hi to you, Mark, but I'm sorry. I think I'm missing most everybody as they come in, but I'm trying to scroll here on my phone, which is why I'm looking over here instead of looking at you there, but so I apologize. I don't want a larger van, no. I like minivans. Minivans are perfect. Like this van is really the perfect size. I don't see a point in having a bigger van, because then I would just have more stuff, right? More stuff is more problems. I don't really need more stuff. I need less stuff. I'm not sure. I don't have any windows, so I can't see outside at the moment, Cynthia. I was looking at it last night on my walk last night, and it was looking pretty nice. It was clear skies last night until I got back to the van. Then about half hour after I got back from my walk around town, it started to rain, and it kind of rained on and off for the next several hours last night. I timed my walk just right last night. I don't know how I did that. I'm not sure if you're saying I'm pronouncing your name right. Is it Nailin? Okay. Hey, Reload, how's it going? Oh wow, yeah. Good luck, Mr. Intelligent. Those are good vans, though. Those are awesome vans, but yeah, sounds like you got a deal on one. That's pretty cool. Thanks for stopping by, Angela. I know you all mean well with the Mr. Rogers thing, but I really don't like it. Oh, Graham, the engine issue is not a problem with the piston rings. I mean, it is sort of, but that's not the issue that they're recalling the engines for. It's the variable valve timing system is bad, and if you do put B12 in, it will cause more problems with the variable valve timing system. So yeah, unfortunately, people have found that out the wrong way. But I think people are still getting the engines replaced, even if they do mess them up by putting stuff in the engine oil. Chrysler's been pretty good about replacing these engines. Right about 95,000 miles on the van right now. You've been drinking decaf, Violet? Great. Why are you saying Great Scott, JR? Is my stove an antique? No. I have a video on this stove. This stove was $25 from Home Depot. You have to buy it on their website. But yeah, it was a great deal. I wanted a simple stove, and I liked the price. It's been fantastic. You can drink a lot of coffee too, Rhonda. Yeah. I have no trouble drinking 3 cups and going to bed. Yeah, I have propane tanks in my van, Chris. I've got several videos on that. I don't have a fear of propane like a lot of people do. Hey, Merry Christmas, Michael. Yeah, see there, Michael has a ProMaster City, and he says it's ideal for him too. See, it's a perfect size vehicle, I think. Yeah, I've had some videos, Codger, on the recall because I've had to go through the recall thing. I went through the recall test, but of course my engine was too good, and so they said you know you're not getting a new engine. Although they have told me lately that the recall's still open, so even though I've been through the recall, I can still do the test again at any time in the future. You just felt like saying "Great Scott." Okay. There was probably another Scott in here that you were talking to, is what I'm guessing. Jefferson, yeah, those make good vehicles. You know, my old friend, he doesn't do videos anymore, but Dream Side Out here, he has a box truck that he outfitted. Did it really good. I mean, he's a really good woodworker. He's an engineer, so he's good at that kind of thing. And then you probably know Brian from what is Brian's Adventure Van Man? Adventure Van Man. Probably the best van life channel on YouTube. I shouldn't say probably. He's got a box van, and he's got it outfitted really well. And then his friend has a box van now too. You can get some good ideas from them. I don't believe in the stealth thing, so yeah, I don't know. I think get what you're going to be comfortable in is what I say. Oh, thank you, Marie. I don't really consider what I do courageous. It's just I'm just living my life, you know. And I just try to stay in areas that don't mind van lifers. So there's nothing to be worried about the way I do it. Wait, Jen, you're saying Tommy's a Transit Connect minivan? Oh, you would have liked a standard transmission too, yeah. I think the Transits were available in a standard for a little while, but I don't think there were very many of them, right? I think most of them were all automatics. And automatics are nice, but yeah, I would kind of prefer to have a clutch. Interesting. There with Jen, there's another reason to get a Transit Connect, because they just seem to be better vans. Although they have their issues, but they just seem to be much better vans. Oh, it's a full moon tonight and tomorrow. Awesome. Okay. I was wondering that last night when I was walking because it looked like it was close. Hey, Van Glow. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Linda, I don't have any plans for New Year's. Usually I try to hide out of the city somewhere, but I'm not sure I'll do that this year. I'll probably be right in the city, but I usually try to get out of the city on New Year's just so it's quieter. I don't like fireworks and stuff, so 4th of July and any time like that they are going to do fireworks, I try to skedaddle and get away. Although I haven't done that lately. Oh, hey, Annette. I didn't see you come in. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Cindy, you have a Ram ProMaster or Ram ProMaster City? Boxing Day. Oh, Dreamside Out. He's good. Rick is good. I don't text him much anymore, but I used to run into him once in a while. and he's loving life. He's just having a great time. Oh, you have a full-size ProMaster, okay? Yeah, those are such different vans than this, even though they're named the same. They're just so different. But yeah, Rick Dreamside Out, he's doing great. I've told him to get a video or two up, but he's only done some private ones that he's let friends and family see, and he's sent me a couple of them. But yeah, he's having the time of his life, so he's doing well. Yeah, Chippy, minivans are just so much easier. As long as I think as long as you're like me and you want to be outside most of the time, a minivan is fantastic. For the people that want to be inside more, if you want to watch movies or play video games or, something, then you might want a bigger van that way. But, for me, I want to be outside most of the time, so the smaller van is just easier on me. Oh, Sandra, thanks for showing up and hanging out. Have a nice night. I like that saying, stick a fork in me. I say that a lot. I see, JR. I gotcha. Oh, thanks, Marie. I try to just ignore the weird ones. Although I have 2 very good mods tonight that are helping out. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do this. Liquid Death. I have bought some Liquid Death. They had it on sale at a couple of grocery outlets, and so I bought it just because I like mineral water once in a while. But I don't see it on sale very often. Plus, I don't really like drinking out of a can. There's another mineral water I like better, so I usually just buy it because I can get it in a bottle. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, JR. I hope you can get past that if you want to get out and around. But, if you're happy and comfortable where you are, then that's good too, right? Being safe and comfortable is a good thing. Ho, 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 Doug. Four-wheel camper, how's it going? Oh, hey, Warren, I hope you're doing better soon. Sorry to hear you're not well. Somebody's on the fireworks early, huh? Okay. I don't like any of the fireworks. I think I'm part dog. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Oh, Jammer, yeah, that's good to hear that you like Tumble. It's pretty awesome, yeah, especially Avenue of the Giants. That's just an incredible drive. Whenever I drive it, I always look up at the people that are driving 101 and I think, why? Why are you going that way? The Avenue of the Giants is just so much better. Cynthia, I didn't know they had a Guatemalan Antigua at Starbucks. That's interesting. I don't I don't ever go in Starbucks though anymore. They probably have different stuff in the cafes than I see in the store though, I'm guessing, right? Hey Susan, yeah, today's been good. Oh, you're thinking about putting a pop-up on your F-150 reload. That's cool. Yeah. I know there's a lot of really cool pop-ups out there. Hey Sabrina, thanks for stopping in. Nice to see you. Hello, Northern Canada. How's it going? Oh, Susan, awesome. I wish you a happy trip wherever you're heading. Hey, senior. 2000. Oh, okay. Yeah, those are like a little high roof, aren't they? Cool. Hey, drink whatever you like, right? I say if you like instant coffee, drink it. Just please don't serve me any. I still have half a cup that I started here earlier. I haven't finished. Brighton's on the water, right? Is that right? I think. I'm not keeping up with my overseas geography at all, but usually when you're near the water, they do a lot of fireworks for some reason. My average gas mileage, the last year it's been about 20 miles per gallon. Oh, thank you, Cindy. I appreciate that. I will definitely go to the local coffee shop and stock up. I appreciate that. Thank you. Oh, Florida. I've always wanted to go to Florida, although I've heard it's not real easy for van life down there, but it's definitely doable. But not like it is out here on the West Coast. Arizona's easy, but I'm not crazy about the desert anymore. But if you can get to Flagstaff, that's awesome out there, especially in the summertime because it's cooler up there. Oh, Brighton is on the coast. Okay. Veet in V Thunder. Hey, how's it going? Thank you. Oh, do you rinse out your filters too? I let mine dry and then I just rinse them out when I just flake off the coffee if anything's stuck to them, and then I just rinse them out when I'm making my next cup. I usually have one. Actually, I do have one hanging up over here. I just keep them hanging up on a little magnet. If I don't hang them up on the magnet, then they fly because I leave my doors open all the time, so they'll take off. Hey, Greg. Weather's nice. It's perfect as far as I'm concerned. It's like 50 degrees during the day and mid 40s at night. Pretty nice. I'm not a barista. I am not a barista. But I do like coffee. It is one of my hobbies, so that's why I kind of geek out on it. I think, Susan, I think Brian, Adventure Van Man, spent some time in Florida for a while, and he found some ways of camping places that look pretty easy. It's just you had to go through and get permits online, which looked really easy. I think most of them were free too. So he made it look really, really nice on those videos. That was a while back, I think. Was that last year or the year before? I forget now. But Adventure Van Man, if you don't know who that is, his channel's much better than mine. He's just got an awesome YouTube channel. He's a nice guy too. Oh, cool, Jen. You're going to... I've never actually been to that sanctuary. Isn't that funny? And I'm from Southern California. So, like, I used to live very close by to there. I don't know how the RTR is going to be anymore now, though, because it's not like it used to be, not like when I went there. Everybody's kind of spread out now, so I don't know how it is for meeting new people there. It's like when I went there, everybody was kind of camped around where Bob would do the seminars, so it was really easy to meet people. Like after the seminar, you'd wander around and meet people, and then like some of the people in my group left to go park in another group, and then we had other people come over. That's how I met Brian, Adventure Van Man. Met him there. He would come over, and he was parked in another spot, but he would come over and hang out around the campfire at night. I met Caravan Carolyn there, and a bunch of people. Bunch of good people. Yeah, I think you're right about rinsing out the filters right away. I was finding I was using too much water, and so I just am doing it this way now. Water is kind of an issue once in a while. Although I get free water in a few different spots here in Humboldt, so it's been a little bit easier, but for some reason I've been using more water lately. So I'm trying to cut down on that. You had to turn off the heater, JR. That's crazy. It's 26 where you are, Barbara? Oy. Yeah, Adventure Van Man is on YouTube. If you type in Adventure Van Man, it'll pop right up. I think he's got 100,000 subscribers now, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but he's got a lot of followers. He lives out of a box truck, and he's the opposite of me. He never sets foot in a city ever. He's always on public land somewhere out. Really cool guy. Oh, thank you, Chief. Thank you so much. Oh, got you hooked on the Yellowbird. I'm glad you're happy about that. Some people have not been so happy that I've got them hooked on Yellowbird. Yeah, I'm not somebody Bob would interview. I don't fit his criteria. Yeah, Caravan Carolyn is such a nice person. She's not doing very many videos anymore, but she's just super awesome. She's one of the few YouTubers that I can text and they'll text me right back. Chrome is another one. Like I'll text him and he'll text me right back. That's pretty much it. That's the list of all the YouTubers that I know. They're just really good down-to-earth people, both of them. I have been to Carmel, Rhonda. That's not my favorite area. But yeah, I mean, I've been there. We used to go more when I was a kid. But it's not, yeah, it's not really my favorite area. The Serrano is definitely the best Yellowbird, I think. Yeah, Chrome was so awesome. I was thinking you were Canadian, Barbara, because you knew who Chrome was and everything, but now I know that's not true. I was just guessing. I don't ever like to ask somebody too much personal questions, because you know how that goes. Yeah, things are different over there for you, Brighton. Here, there's no need to be stealthy here. Hey, Christy. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I hope it hasn't been too chaotic. Hey, Alice, how are you? You're it's probably a little bit too late for most people to drink coffee. I realize that, Alice. Crum is Van City Van Life. I have a sticker. There you go, Van City Van Life. This is an old sticker. That's his old dog who's passed away. He's a nice guy. Oh, thank you, Danny. It's nice of you. That's totally okay, Susan. That is the point of my videos. That is actually what I'm going for. If you watch my videos, you'll well, if you make it to the end of them, you will notice that I do a couple of things to kind of help people fall asleep. For instance, I try to dim the lighting down a little bit when it gets into the last few minutes of the videos. That is definitely on purpose. When I do the coffee chats, it's kind of the same thing. I do the lighting so that it'll make it easy for people to fall asleep while they're watching. So that's absolutely music to my ears. I like hearing that. Oh, hey, Holly. How are you? Thank you. Was that in one of my videos, Chippy? I have 500, so now I don't remember quite so much. Cracker Barrels are always open for parking, usually. But so that sounds right, but I don't remember that exactly. Oh, that may have been Carly. That may have been the interview with Carly. If I stop and think about it. Oh, hey, Matt. Thank you so much. I would not use a cooler because of my health issues. It's easier for me to have a fridge. It would cost me more money to have a cooler than it would to keep the fridge. So I like having a fridge, and I have a really good fridge right now. So I'm pretty happy with mine. Although the handle broke off of it the other day. I need to do a video update on it just to let people know about that. But it's been good. I've had it for 2 years exactly now, this fridge. So been a really good fridge. Yeah, Van City Van Life has a different channel. Right now, he's not quite so much van life. That sounds confusing, but if you watch a couple of his recent videos, you'll understand what I mean by that. You're having another wine cooler, JR? Well, you're fine because you're parked, right? So you can do that. Oh, I see. North Florida is easier. It's probably because it's not as crowded, right, Jeannie? I would guess. But that's good to know if I ever get out there. I had friends that were living in Florida, but they're not living in Florida anymore. So I don't have much of a desire to go now, but I did for a little while. Holly, I watch Crumb's videos once in a while. I didn't see the latest one, but I watched 2 back and then the last 2 before that. But I don't always watch them. I generally don't watch very many van life channels anymore. I do watch Adventure Van Man once in a while. And I like Crumb. He's just such a good guy and he's been such a nice guy to me that, I do like to keep up with him a little bit, but I haven't actually talked to him or texted him or anything lately. He's just too busy, I think. So I don't like to talk to him too much. Oh yeah, Joseph is cool too. I don't know him quite as well though. And I never remember his... Oh, wait, Sharing the Wild, right? Is Joseph. Oh, thanks, Sandollar. Yeah, all of Northern California is just so awesome, I think. Nectar of the Gods. I won't be drinking tea. Yeah, Deb, I actually have if you go to my channel page, I actually have all of my videos in order. There's a couple I've deleted, but there's a playlist. So if you go to the playlists, you'll see all of my videos, and I try to keep that updated. I don't put these videos in there, but I put all the others, and they're in chronological order. You can go start from the beginning and work your way through if you want. Hey, Carol, Santa Barbara. You probably have much better weather down there, don't you? Oh, Margie, thank you so much. I think I'm reacting to the chat late because I'm having to read it on my phone since my iPad doesn't keep it up. So I'm sorry about that. Plus, I don't like looking over here at my phone because the camera's over here. I may try something different on the next live stream, but hopefully this is not too off-putting that I'm not looking at you while I'm talking to you all. Oh, have you noticed that too, Chippy? Yeah. I mean, at the moment, it's way too far for me to get out there anymore. But, at one time I had aspirations of getting out. I kind of wanted to see like North Carolina too, because I have friends in North Carolina. Because I haven't been to that part of the United States, that whole southeast part of the country. Oh, Alex, I actually have never met Cat Van Lady. I think she started van life like right after my last trip to Vancouver, and then I haven't been back to Canada since. I don't know if she's ever been to the U.S. I think she stays in Canada, as far as I know. But yeah, I never got to meet her. She seems cool. No, I don't, Mr. Intelligent. I don't have any. I don't have any AC in my van. I'm 12 volts only, DC power only. So the fridge has a direct line back to my house battery. So I just have 2 solar panels that are hooked up to the house battery, and everything runs off of it. I do have a couple of little battery supplies, one from Upez, one from Rockpals. I'm using the Rockpals one right now for lighting. So they have a inverter on them if I need to run the inverter, but basically I don't use an inverter for anything except for my clippers when I cut my hair or trim my beard. That's really all I use the inverter for. Or charging my cordless drill battery. I use the inverter for that. And I think that's it. It's all I don't need anything else. It's part of the just being simple, just keeping the van very simple. One of the things that I like to do. Oh, Max, Three Dogs Camping, they put out a little notice saying that they were going to shut their channel down, and I think it's all off now. It was only up for a little while. He was saving all the YouTube videos, and then he just doesn't have time for them now since they're working for themselves. He bought his own rig. I don't know if you know that. They bought their own rig, and I think he actually bought his own container too. The last I heard. I think they used to post on Instagram. I don't use Instagram anymore, so I don't know if they still are, but that was the only other place I knew that they posted. But yeah, he just got too busy to keep doing it, working for himself. Oh, thanks, Susan. I usually don't use TikTok, but but maybe I'll put something up on there. I kind of went through a thing, and I just decided I don't want to use anything but YouTube anymore. So I still have stuff with my name on it out there, but it's not something I really use much anymore. Pretty much just anything here on YouTube is where I am going to be putting stuff up. I have a second channel too, which is a hobby, but I would like to, instead of putting any attention into other platforms, I just like to put my attention into the hobby channel here on YouTube. I think it just would be better. Yeah, of course I know Foresty Forest. I've never met him either. People say I'm antisocial, but I think he's actually really antisocial, isn't he? He doesn't, he meets up with some people, but he likes being like way out in the middle of nowhere. So I've never actually met him either. I don't think he ever sets foot in a city either. He's kind of like Brian that way. Hey, Brent, how's it going? Hey, Frugal Panda, how's it going, man? Oh, you're working. All right. Well, I'm sorry to hear you're working on a holiday, but hopefully you're making some money, huh? Oh, thanks, Nick. I appreciate that. Yeah, Jefferson, I've met some nice people. It's been really cool. Hey, Merry Christmas, G. Thank you. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. Oh, you're making double time. That's good, Frugal. Frugal Pandas has a really good channel too. If you like camping stuff, he does reviews and stuff too. So if you're interested, he's another one you might want to check out. Frugal Pandas travels and reviews there if you're interested. You didn't like your local coffee, Leslie? Well, hopefully you have another local place to try. Hey, Anthony, how's it going, man? Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you, Judy. I appreciate that. Vancouver. One of these days, I'd like to get back to Vancouver. The real Vancouver, of course. I drove through Vancouver, Washington recently, but that's not the real Vancouver in my mind. What is the name of my second channel? It'll be in the description of the video here. It's Static ASMR. It is an ASMR channel. It's outdoor sounds, not me talking. I don't have me talking in any of them yet, but I do have plans on doing some more actual kind of person ASMR. We'll see. I'm working on that. Oh, thanks, Brent. That really wasn't a product review. That was really more of a, just sharing what I thought about heaters. And the only reason was I was getting a lot of questions about my heater. What heater do you have? What heater do you have? Even though I've got heaters up on it. So I just thought, well, maybe I'll just do a new one because maybe people don't want to go back and look at older stuff. But I've also met a bunch of people just recently that are new to van life or truck life or RV life. And they've told me, oh, I just bought a buddy heater. And I'd say like, oh, I don't approve. So I thought it was a good time just to do another video on it. Oh, thank you, Judy. I will try to keep it up. But thank you. Well, I'm glad you're doing well, Anthony. Hey, William. Merry Christmas. Oh, Alex, that's not going to be much of a video because the problem fixed itself. I think the slide is dirty, so I will be taking it apart. I don't know if it'll be a video, but I will be getting into it at some point. Okay. Well, we are rocketing along on the time here. I didn't expect to stay up this long. But I do enjoy getting to chat with everybody, so it's okay. Although I'm going to sleep like a rock tonight because these always take a bit out of me. Plus, I'm straining to read the text here, I'm going to have to do something different if I do another live stream. Hey, Sandra. Oh, hey. Merry Christmas to you from Mexico. Thanks so much. Well, yeah, Violet, you have more heater videos because you are a member, so I have a lot to say about heaters, but I shouldn't say too much about that. But I have a lot to say about heaters. I do really like that Wave 3, though. I mean, it's just been fantastic. But I hate to say this, but I think, hey, good night, Jefferson. I think those of you that are taken off have the right idea. Hey, Karen. And Margie. Thank you, Margie. I think we should wind this down and say goodnight. It's probably pretty late for some of you. It's only 6 o'clock here for me, but it's probably pretty late for some of you. So, yeah, I think, yes, I am in the Northwest, Northern California, Humboldt. And, oh, thanks, Max. I have never had Dutch Brothers, no. I should probably try it one of these days. There's a Dutch Brothers here in Eureka. I should give it a try one of these days. I've just not. There's always a line, like a crazy line, all the time at Dutch Brothers, though. So that's maybe why I haven't tried to just pop in there. But, oh, hey, Noreen. Yeah, I'm still live, but I'm trying to wind things down, I think. It's probably time to call it quits here. But thanks for popping in. Maybe I'll try Dutch Brothers since you've encouraged me there, Max. It's time for chili and Yellowbird, yeah. maybe not Yellowbird, but some chili. Thank you everybody that has shown up, and thanks everybody that has donated. I really do appreciate that. And I thought I had something magical to say, but I don't. I just thank you. I appreciate everybody. I don't do a lot of these live streams because they're actually really tiring on me. So it's nice that everybody was, well, for the most part. I think we had one person that we kicked out, but everybody's been really cool, and I appreciate all the questions and the encouragement and all of that. So thank you so much. Is it 8 o'clock where you are, Karen? Yeah. See, it is much too late. Yeah, Chippy, it's late for you, very late. All those of you on the East Coast. Well, I should stick to my word and instead of just keep reading. Thank you so much. Yeah, thanks everybody, and I hope you've all had a great holiday, and we will see you soon with another video at some point. But I am taking a few days off, so if you're not a member of the channel, don't expect a video before New Year's, just because probably nobody's really interested in watching videos. Everybody's interested in doing other things. So I'm just taking a little bit of time off. But I do appreciate everybody, and thank you so much. Oh, hey, Robert. How's it going? Yeah, thanks a lot, everybody. Have a nice night, and we'll talk to you all soon. Next.